We have available for your questions the author of Complementary Therapies for Cancer, what works, what doesn't, and very importantly, how to tell the difference. Professor Sean Holt is his name, and Sean, we're ready to take some calls.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Bruce.
Yeah, g'day.
You're going to have to speak, Bruce, you're going to have to speak up. You're really quiet.
I'll just change this phone over. Is that any better?
Yep.
Hello, Sean. My father recently died of liver cancer, and prior to his death, he was taking a product. Oh, now there's a train going on. He was taking a product that was conceived by a man called Percy Weston, an Australian, and I read his book, which seems to make good logical sense, but then I have no expertise in these things.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
Look, I don't know the product. I don't know the person. I mean, there are thousands of these sort of people who have a book and a product, and the books always make total sense to, no offence, but a person who's not, highly trained in research. So, look, I mean, I'd always have a look at what it was, but my sceptical alarm bells are ringing, loudly, should I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a mineral-based product.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of minerals, everyone should have a good, healthy diet, especially people with cancer, a good, healthy diet. Probably a multivitamin and a fish oil supplement would be good as well. What I certainly don't recommend is some of these extreme diets where people, remove total food groups like the Gerson diet or the macrobiotic. They can make you worse. So, so I can't comment on that specific one, but... yeah.
Well, it didn't save my father's life. But
well, no, I mean, none of these things, I have to say. The only thing that may work is conventional, cancer treatment, which is, chemotherapy, radiotherapy and surgery. Other things may help with symptoms and quality of life, but nothing will cure.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, despite the claims. We'll get to your call very shortly, Michael. At this juncture, I think it's important to be sceptical of anecdotal evidence because his father's liver cancer, it's not unknown to science or experience that things can go into remission. Yeah. And whatever they're taking, they claim as, well, that did it, see?
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's three main reasons why products don't work, but people might think they do. And you've nailed one of them there, which is remission. So, if you take a complementary therapy and your cancer gets better at the time, you'll always think that's helped. Well, it may not have done. We've got placebo effects, of course, and then other things you may be doing in terms of diet and exercise. The beauty of clinical trials, which is why where all the recommendations come from, is it effectively removes those three factors and gets to the truth of the matter.
Okay. Michael, your question.
Yes, Professor, I've read a fair bit on the urine therapy for treatment of cancer, and especially good when combined with fasting. Apparently it's thousands of years old. The Indians call it amaroli.
Yeah.
The author says it's shrinking tumours every time.
Yeah.
But he says the only time it doesn't work is when they've had the chemo or the radiation therapy. It won't work anymore.
Yeah, look, I mean, I get unbelievably angry and I get very, very passionate about things like this. This is absolute garbage beyond belief. And this is why I've written this book. Now, I'm sure the book and the person talking about this treatment will say all sorts of things. They'll often say it's an ancient therapy, therefore it's good, and that they've seen evidence of shrinking tumours. I can absolutely categorically say this is nonsense and people should avoid it.
Well, I'd have to disagree on that. I think it's up to the individual to check it out.
That's fine. You can disagree. On what basis are you disagreeing?
All cultures, including Māori, have used it over the centuries, and it's proved efficacious.
Well, no, it's not been proved efficacious. I think that's the point. It's been very, very easy to do a small trial. It's never been done. There's no sort of logic.
That's
so
the problem. None of these trials have ever been done because it doesn't suit the conventional setup.
Yeah, no. If things worked, then you get anecdotal reports. You'll always get doctors who will try these things. That's why, I've put a book together. There are thousands of trials have been done. So, look, the thing is, I would change my mind on anything. And if someone did a small, good trial on this therapy, I'd say, hey, look, it seems to work. But I think that's highly, highly unlikely.
Well, we're screaming out for those trials. I don't think they've been done.
That with such a high stake, I would be surprised if a trial wasn't done.
Well, with so much money involved, I'm not surprised at all. It's a huge industry.
If somebody's got a cure for cancer and they can trial it and say, yes, it works, like you're claiming, then, well, they ought to.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks very much. We've got a couple of lines free if you want to get through. 0800 723 465. Complementary Therapies for Cancer, what works, what doesn't, and how to tell the difference. Professor Sean Holt is with us.